name's Kieran from Red Dog Weekly. We're back with another preview, and I do want to apologise. The first thing I want to say is I apologise for not uploading the last few days. I have been quite busy with the assessments and stuff, so I've been getting on with that sort of thing. I do apologise as a student. I can't really help it too much, but hopefully you understand. But we're back, and this is going to be a bit of a short one as well. Most of my videos and live streams and stuff will probably be quite short. In the next month, really, in the next kind of 2 or 3 weeks, I guess you'd say, with a lot of exams and assessments and stuff. But we're here, we're making it, and hopefully I can interact with you guys and get your thoughts. And obviously, the biggest news, the two biggest news really, is that one, Edinson Cavani signed not a long-term deal, but just a new deal at Manchester United. The other one is that we won yesterday a 3-1 win against Aston Villa at Villa Park, which secured ultimately our top 4 finish in the Premier League for the second time in a row under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The first time we've had back-to-back Champions League place. Well, that's the first time we've had a season when we finished in the top 4 2 times in a row since Sir Alex Ferguson. So it's an achievement. I wouldn't say it's it's the hallmark of a great season for United, because obviously we want to be aiming higher than that. But at the same time, you've got to say, the first time we've had 2 seasons in the top 4, it's a bit of consistency. We're getting a little bit of consistency, and that's what I like to see. Jamie, Matthew, and Dazza, thanks for joining, guys. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. As I said, I do apologise for not being on the last few days. I've been busy. I had to submit some stuff, so as I said, thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for persevering. But as I said, this is going to be a bit of a shorter one, to be honest. It's a bit of a dead rubber game for us, really. The only thing we can focus on is getting as many points we possibly can from our last 4 games. Obviously, we've got Leicester, then we've got Liverpool on Thursday. And that Liverpool game is really the biggest game left of our season. That's the only game that really matters. I think, realistically, you look at the rest of the games, the only thing we can look at is the Wolves game. And to be honest with you, that the only reason that's kind of significant is keeping our away run. That's pretty much it. So that's for the stats boffins. But ultimately, the league doesn't matter anymore. I mean, apart from bragging rights and apart from just enjoying a good performance, it doesn't mean much. The only thing that means much, or means anything towards the end of the season, is the Europa League, and that's just the way it is. And everything's going to be kind of towards that. But this Leicester game, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk a little bit about what Leicester bring to the table. We know a little bit about Leicester anyway. We know that they're a potential banana skin side. They're a team which, even though recently have been dropping off a little bit in form, they haven't. I think they lost and drawn their last 2 games. So we're seeing the Leicester that we saw last season at the back end of last season anyway, where you have. Well, they stay in the top 4 for most of the season, like they did last season. They stay in the top 4, and they were looking like they were going to, just about sneak into top 4. And really, they deserved it for the way they played. But they just seem to bottle it a little bit. And maybe this is the start of another period. Leicester's last game, obviously, a 4-2 defeat at home to Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle go into your backyard and scoring 4. Something's wrong there. Something is wrong. I don't know whether it's the mindset. I don't know what it is, but they seem to always start faltering towards the end of the season, and this is massive for them because they obviously come into this game with 5 points clear of 5th anyway, so you think they'd still make it into top 4. I don't see West Ham closing a 5-point gap with 3 games to go. I don't see it. I mean, I'd love to see West Ham in the Champions League, but I just don't see West Ham closing a 5-point gap. So I reckon they pretty much got it, but they'll want to make sure it's secure because they know what happened last season where they bottled it. So they'll want to make sure, trust me. Matthew says, "Oi, don't have a go at the stats boffins on one of those." Fair enough. But that's not all I'm saying. Is the only reason our Premier League games are significant is because of stats and wanting to get 3 points and stuff. Realistically, there's no actual meaning behind. It's not as if we win or lose, we kind of, drop out of the top 4. There's no kind of big picture there. It's just we want to see a good performance. We want to see us play well and have a good performance to look forward to in a win. But realistically, even if we lost all our games at the end of the season, it wouldn't really change the outlook too much. RJ, thanks for joining. Always good to have you, mate. Always good to have you. Make sure you check his channel out as well. Closing in on 10,000 subscribers. Fair play to you, mate. Hopefully you get there soon. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you check it out and subscribe to his channel. Also check out Let's Talk Premier League as well. That's where I do some streams with him and the rest of the guys on there. Really fun doing streams on there. So make sure you check it out if you haven't already. Owen's joined as well. Thanks for joining. Owen. Is Sancho coming tonight? Okay. Well, we'll talk a little bit about that. As I say, it's not going to be the longest stream, but I doubt that's going to be on the top of the agenda. Listen, I would love Sancho to come. But I've been let down so many times with the Sancho rumours. I've been let down so many times that I'm not even going to get my hopes up. I mean, one story that seemed to have broke was the fact that it's going to cost 78 million. That was the figure. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the same thing. I've seen it on social media and stuff where, they're going to lower their price. And if they do, I think we should go for it. We shouldn't wait around. This is the opportunity to get our business done, fast and efficiently. In the last few seasons, that's not what we've been able to do. In the last few seasons, all of our business has been done in the last few weeks of the window. This Jadon Sancho deal, if the reports are correct, which who knows at this point, if they're actually correct, it's there to be done. And I haven't heard anything about the transfer budget. I'm not in the know like that. I wish I was, but I'm not in the know like that. And Rich is joining. Thank you for joining, Rich. Appreciate it. Make sure to check out his channel as well. I think he'll be doing a preview for this game on his channel a bit later on, about 10:15. So make sure you do check that out if you haven't already. And I'm doing well, RJ. Doing well, yeah. Just quite busy with assessments and stuff. So that's why I've been missing a few streams and maybe doing kind of shorter streams. But just need to get that work done, and then hopefully by the time the summer rolls around, I'll be scot-free and I can do what I like and it'll be good. Have a good time hopefully as well with the restrictions easing and stuff. So yeah, just need to put in the work. Got to put in the work and then hopefully reap the rewards. G, thanks for joining. Red Doors to you. Make sure to check out his channel. Brilliant stuff. Just uploaded a video on editing CAVANI actually signing that new deal just as I went live, so make sure you do check that out if you haven't already. Brilliant stuff on there. And Daz has joined as well. Thank you for joining. Daz says, God, are we still trying to get Sancho? Watch him not even perform after all this. Obviously, as someone who watches the Bundesliga closely, Darryl, I thought you'd rate Sancho, to be fair. I thought you'd rate him, but obviously, I guess if you've watched him more closely than we have, maybe you know more than we do, to be fair. And Matthew says, my famous one is the 2-1 away at Wolves, LSR Pre-Links Live. I don't know what that refers to, but listen, we'll move on. I'll talk a little bit about Leicester, and as I said, they're third in the league right now. No, they're fourth in the league right now. No, I need to get that right. Sorry, I think they're either third or fourth, but as I said, they're 5 points off West Ham, so they're pretty much safe. As I said, I've seen a few Leicester fans feeling that they're fourth, so I've seen a few Leicester fans getting a bit nervous about it, saying we could lose the last 3 games and ultimately miss out. But when you've got a 5-point gap, it would take a lot to bottle it. That's all I'm going to say. It would take a lot to bottle it. So a 5-point gap between them and West Ham with 3 games remaining, they should make top 4. They should. I mean, I'm not 100% sure what games West Ham have got left. They've got some tricky fixtures. That's the one thing I will say. They have got some tricky fixtures, but the way they played this season, I think they should be able to at least pick up, a couple of points in their last 3 games. And maybe it'll be at Old Trafford because we're going to play a weakened team, I reckon. I think realistically, Leicester fans, if you're watching, I wouldn't be too worried. I wouldn't be too worried about missing out on top 4. I hope I haven't jinxed it for you, but I wouldn't be too worried. And G makes a great point. He makes a great point. The issue is Liverpool because, as he rightly points out, if Liverpool beat us, they might get top 4. It's massive. That, as I said, I've said it in previous streams. This is our opportunity to condemn one of the best Premier League teams of all time, in quotation marks, of course, one of the best Premier League teams of all time to Europa League football. This is our chance. If we beat them, I don't see them getting top 4. So that's why it's a big game. That's why it's massive. I mean, there are obviously questions over whether it might go ahead or not, because obviously there could be further protests and stuff. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm sure you guys are thinking the same thing, that in this game, Ole's going to play a weakened lineup. And I think we'll see quite a few changes. I think there'll be some players that might keep their place because we don't have too many others. I think we'll see the likes of Van der Beek. We'll see the likes of, probably Williams and Telles again. I think Bailly might start. I think Bailly might keep his place. I think we might see Bailly and maybe Tuanzebe, because Tuanzebe hasn't got much football lately. But I think we'll see wholesale changes. I think Daniel James, if he's fit, excuse me, I'm not sure if he is fit, but I think if Daniel James is fit, he'll get some minutes. But yeah, I think we'll just see change. I think. But at the end of the day, this is not the game that we're kind of focused on winning. This is not the game that we need to win. As G pointed out, the Liverpool game is the big one. It is the big one. It's the big test. Owen says, remember, you're not being very confident we've got through, lad. All right. I don't know what that refers to. Oh no, that's Matthew's prediction. Yeah, Dazza says Sheffield United, West Brom, Fulham all relegated. Yeah, I mean, I knew that all of that sort of thing was pretty much done. It was pretty much sorted. Sheffield United and West Brom. Obviously, West Brom only went down. Was it yesterday? I think it was the first team Sam Allardyce hasn't been able to keep up, which for some people obviously was kind of injected into my veins moment, but to other people, I was a little bit sad. I'm not gonna lie, because it's part of the Premier League heritage. It's football heritage that he keeps teams up, and obviously he wasn't able to do so. So a little part of me was a bit sad about that, but obviously I realised that it doesn't matter at all. Case, I thank the join, says West Ham going to get Champions League, bruh. Well, West Ham are 5 points off right now. There's 3 games to go. So I think if West Ham were to get Champions League, it'd be a massive achievement. Massive achievement. The one thing I think that's bad about West Ham getting Champions League is that Declan Rice, big transfer target for Manchester United, will he want to leave with Champions League football? I doubt it. I severely doubt it. Owen says, again, do you know who our manager is, Matthew? He thinks Donny is work experience. Obviously, Matthew's saying he thinks surely Donny van der Beek gets the game. I think, that's what everyone's thinking, and that's what every United fan's thinking. But I also think that Ole is someone who doesn't like playing Donny van der Beek. I reckon if we literally had no midfielders left, Donny, he would still be kind of looking at van der Beek going, how can I get out of playing him? How can I just, do we need a midfield? He might say that. But listen, as I said, he's a kind of guy he just doesn't play Van der Beek, man. He just doesn't do it. Matthew said Jamie Carragher relived Jamie Carragher relived after saying he was never more sure of anything in his life that Fulham would get relegated. So yeah, sorry, I didn't understand what relived. Anyway, but yeah, obviously he he didn't he say? I think I saw it. He said like, I did go too early on that. But I mean, he got it right in the end. Really, I mean, he did get it right. Obviously, Fulham played some decent football, but he got it right. Case, I love that energy, but I doubt it, mate. I mean, I think I saw the equation. City have to draw 1 and lose their last 2, but we have to win every single one of our games at the end of the season, which it could happen. On the form we're in, it could definitely happen, but I guess you got to have a dream. You got to have a dream to have a dream come true, Captain Sensible. Revealed. Oh, okay, of course. All right. Yeah, no, I saw that clip. I did see that clip, to be fair. I did see that clip. As I said, guys, make sure you hit that like button if you're already. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Box, thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, what are your predictions? I don't actually have a predicted lineup because this is quite a kind of quick stream. I haven't really prepared that much, to be honest. But let me know your predicted lineups and let me know your score predictions as well. And we'll see how confident we are going into this game. I think we should be confident, but the one thing I think that's going to curtail people's predictions is the fact that we're going to play a weakened team. So yeah, let me know your predictions. Zin, thanks for joining. Tenzin, appreciate it. Says Sell Maguire. To be fair, did you see the graphic that Sky Sports put up about his stats? He is underrated as hell, man. I'm telling you, he is underrated as hell. And I've been saying it. I've actually... What's going on? Oh, sorry. Right, we're back. That price tag was always going to weigh him down. But ultimately, he's actually been very, very good this season. Owen says, if it happens, what will you do, Kieran? There's got to be a forfeit or punishment if we win the league. I'm not going to do... No one wants to see that. I don't know. I'll eat a lemon. I'll eat a lemon live on stream because whatever. Box says Man United 3-2 Leicester. I like that prediction. Interesting game at least. As I said, we can now sit there, and even though we want our team to win, whatever, we can sit there and kind of appreciate a bit more because we've got the top 4. We don't need to worry about it. Box says, would you do 11 changes or do mix and match versus Leicester and Liverpool? I would probably change most of the players for this game, because the Liverpool game, as Red Devil Studio G pointed out, make sure to check out his channel, by the way, Red Devil Studio. He pointed out that obviously the Liverpool game is big. Even though it's not big in terms of our position, it's big in terms of their position. We can condemn them to Europa League football. Don't forget that. Don't forget how satisfying that will be. So yeah, Matthew says, Owen, how much Copperberg have you had? Probably too much, knowing Owen. Probably absolutely too much. Box says, oh sorry, I just read that one out, I apologise. Owen says, 2-1 Leicester, I'll be happy with that, Liverpool will be pissed. Well, so you're openly admitting that you want your football club, the football club you support, to lose. Ladies and gentlemen, Owen Coyle. Anyway, Tenzin says, it's only for Man United, not the league. Yeah, well, exactly. No. Obviously, you're talking about Maguire. Sorry, I don't agree with that. Because I know people are saying he's underrated and saying, oh well, that's because you're comparing him to shit centre backs that United have. But if you actually look at the stats and if you actually watch the games and look at his contributions, personally, I think he's been probably our best defender this season. Apart from maybe, obviously the fullbacks are different, but our best central defender. I don't think there's been a better central defender. I'm sorry. Matthew says he wants to see it. Box's 11 is De Gea, Williams, Baito and Zabi Tellez, Matic, Van de Beek, Mata, James if fit, Martial if fit, and Amad Diallo. I love that. That you know what? That is my 11. That is so good that that's my 11. He's first. Box's hit it first time. He hit the nail on the head. That is the 11 I want. That's a great 11. Adam, mate, as we always say on Red Door Weekly, you can never be late. You can never be late. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for turning up anyway. Appreciate it. There you go. People are starting to learn. People are starting to cop onto this. Spread the message. Spread the message. You can never be late on Red Door Weekly. Owen says, nah, I want us to win. I predict us to lose. There's a big difference. First of all, no, you said no. You actually said, look, I'll bring up the comment again. I'm sorry, I'm not going to have this. I'm going to bring up the comment again. Right, I've done a bit of English language in my past, and I've done a bit of analysing a text. You used the phrase, I'll be happy with that. That means that you'll be happy with us losing. Therefore, you're not just saying, oh, I'm predicting us to lose. You've actually said, I'll be happy with that. It's done. And Naveen, thanks for joining. Appreciate it, mate. He says, can James Garner play for us now as Championship is over? I'm not sure, mate. I think his contract might not run out until, like, a bit later on. But I don't actually know. But thanks for joining, Naveen. Appreciate it. I'll get back to you on that one. If anyone in the comments knows whether James Garner can come back. He scored a belter of a goal for Forest, mate. What a goal that was. Vedant Agarwal, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Says, update on Maguire. I don't have an update on Maguire, but there are apparently reports that he could be out for the rest of the season, and that would be a huge blow, because I think his experience is needed, especially in that Europa League final. To lead us out in the Europa League final would be massive for him, and as well after all the abuse and all the kind of stick he's had to take with his price tag and from pundits and people like that. For him to kind of lead us out and potentially win a trophy would be absolutely massive. Box says, no, Naveen, loan ends officially June 1st. Oh, okay, I thought it was something like that. Owen says he hates StreamYard, for fuck's sake. Comments should get defeated once you bring them. Comments should get deleted once you bring them up. Okay. I actually think StreamYard's pretty decent. Naveen says, swelling on Maguire's leg, at least 1 to 2 weeks off. So there you go. There's the update for Dan. There is the update. Matthew says he's a big loss for Liverpool. I think he is. Genuinely, I know some people say it's an unpopular opinion, but we look better defensively when Maguire's at the back. That's all I'm saying. Owen says, Maguire will lift the trophy in Gdansk. We should all tag Simon Jordan in the pick. Of course, yeah, he said Ollie will not win anything with Manchester United. That's brilliant. That's what we need. We need those sort of quotes to come out, because they always come back to bite. Vedant says, do you know any big signs incoming this summer? Sancho, Kane or Rice? Well, I can tell you that we're looking at Sancho and we're looking at Rice, I reckon. Those are the two ones. Don't get your hopes up on Kane. Don't even bother getting your hopes up on Kane. That's done. He's never coming to United. Trust me. Unless we somehow, bring in 200 million quid, sum up 200 million quid, it ain't going to happen. So I think Rice and Sancho are the two ones that you can get your hopes up for this summer. And who knows, especially with all the protests, the Glazers might look to kind of spend a bit of money just to get us back on side. As I said, StreamYard more reliable, no BS regarding stream connection. Yeah, I agree actually. I've used both, yeah, I agree with you. And Naveen says 2 wins, 2 trophies, Europa League and Super Cup, May 26th and August 11th. Exactly, mate. You got to think like that. Naveen also says no need Kane and Haaland. Let Cavani stay in Greenwood, learn for him to become future number 9. Well, exactly. We don't need them right now. Cavani signed a new deal. I think Ole has seen how good he can be, and he's now kind of. He's going to be our number 9 next season, or our number 7, but playing at number 9. Owen says Karen Brady might be thick, but not in that way, pal. Okay, we don't need those sort of comments. I know it's late at night. I know you're getting a bit giddy. I know you had a few drinks, but we don't need those sort of comments. Torres, Rice, and Sancho. Yeah, obviously Pau Torres is a player that we're going to be playing in the final as well. I won't be having people on. As I said, I'm probably going to end it in about 5-10 minutes time, so there's probably not too much point. Because when I get you guys on, I kind of want you to be able to express yourselves and actually give your opinion. If I'm kind of having to go off in the next 5-10 minutes, probably we just won't get enough time. It won't be as good. So yeah, I'll obviously get you on future streams. But as I said, these next kind of bits of content I'm going to be doing over the next kind of 2-3 weeks, I'm going to be pretty busy. So unfortunately, that'll mean that the videos aren't going to be that long. They'll probably be about half an hour long or so. So I apologise for that, but as long as you enjoy it and get your thoughts in the live chat as you guys are doing right now, then I'm sure we'll have a good time. Matthew says, since you don't do a review, I never got a mention. Who was at fault for the Villa goal? McTominay and Lindelof. Anyone surprised? You guys can let me know your thoughts on the live chat on that. I think it was a mixture of both. I think Fred gave McTominay the biggest hospital pass ever. McTominay didn't deal with it well, and I reckon Lindelof should have cleared it as well. So I think all three. I think you can blame all three for that goal, to be fair. But you've got to say what a strike it was from Dean, Traore. What a strike it was, man. It was literally postage stamp into the top corner. I think Dean Henderson, to be fair, maybe he could have covered his angles a little bit better. Maybe if his positioning was a little bit better, he would have got across. But it was a fantastic hit, no doubt about that. So, yeah, you know what? I am going to say McTominay made a little bit of a mistake, but he wasn't helped out by his mate Fred. I'm not going to lie. Fred gave him an absolute hospital pass. Naveen says he thinks Sancho's coming. He can see him coming. I hope you're right, mate, because our attack is going to be dangerous with Sancho on that right-hand side. Vedant says CDM or CM must be a priority. I agree. It should be a priority. Especially a CDM, because if we can bring in a CDM, we don't have to play McTominay and Fred anymore. Realistically, the reason we're playing both those players is that they're filling in for a CDM. Ole doesn't trust one CDM to do the job, so we're having to play both of them. If we bring in a strong CDM who can do both of those jobs, then we'll be laughing. I'm telling you, we'll be laughing. Naveen says, to be fair, Shaw is in his prime and Aaron Wan-Bissaka improving. Time to have a solid defender and DM. Everything will change. Couldn't agree more with you, Naveen. Could not agree with you more. Owen says, people laugh when I said I told Sancho would sign. Tom and Matthew mainly. To be fair, no, that was because last season you said, oh yeah, if he doesn't sign this summer, I'll do an apology. And if you want to go back and see that apology, you can absolutely go back and see it. I think it's on one of the transfer videos we've done. So, don't be kind of sticking your neck out too much, pal. Don't be sticking your chest out too much, because you got it wrong in the past. But I just think the fact that Dortmund reportedly are going to be lowering their fee by about 10 million, I reckon we've got a better chance of getting this deal done. And as I said, we need to get this done soon. Pounce on it, There's no point leaving it late, because if we leave it late, Dortmund are going to extract more money out of us. Let's see. Owen says both, mate. But Lindelof gets a free pass by so many people, mainly because Maguire gets the blame for no reason. Oh well, there you go. I don't know what to say to that. I'm just going to leave that there, to be honest. Tenzin thinks it was McTominay's fault. He says Fred was brilliant that game. He was. No, don't get me wrong. Fred had a decent game. I'm not saying Fred had a bad game. I'm just saying for that particular moment, he could have made a better pass. That's all I'm going to say. But his overall performance is actually very decent. Adam says Henderson is shit, man. De Gea is clear. I'm sure Owen's going to have a few things to say about that, I'm sure. Box says Fred got a 2 out of 10 in some ratings. Yeah, I mean, it's weird because I think some people thought he had a bad game, but I actually thought he had a fairly decent game, to be fair, Fred. I actually thought he had a fairly decent game. Tenzin says sell McTominay to Derby. I'm sure Matthew will love that. But I don't think we need to sell McTominay. I don't think we need to sell him. I think at least he can be a good squad player. I think this season he's proven that he can be a decent squad player. Naveen says Cavani, Bruno, Sancho, Rashford, Pogba, bring it on. Exactly. What? I mean, that is just mouth-watering, mate. It's mouth-watering. Owen says Lindelof is low-key not better than Bailly. Yeah, maybe. Matthew says Lindelof is low-key not better than Chris Smalling. Are you Ricky? You must be Ricky in disguise, mate. Box says give Sancho Martial's number. Yeah, exactly. We need to do some sort of tapping up on that because, I mean, we need Sancho. We need the Sancho-Rashford link-up, man. We need it. Graham says, give it to Eddie Cavani. Yeah, massive. Absolutely massive. Thanks for joining, Graham. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. That's the biggest story of the day. The biggest story of the day, Edinson Cavani signs a new deal with Manchester United, keeping him at the club till the end of next season. It's massive because what we've seen of him this season is unbelievable. We talk about Bruno having an impact, but he has had an amazing impact. I mean, I think what makes it even more surprising is the fact that he's like mid-30s and he's having this sort of impact. He is a Rolls Royce for striker. Adam says, I want Ahmad to start tomorrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I agree. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, mate. Obviously, it is your birthday week, so I'm not sure when your birthday is, but if it is your birthday tomorrow or whenever it is, happy birthday. Thanks for always coming on, and hopefully enjoy it, mate. Vedant says, McFred and Lindelof should be replaced ASAP in the summer. I think it's a fair point. But I still think that Lindelof I still think one of McTominay and Fred should be able to stay. I think if you want to get rid of one of them, fair enough, because obviously if we're going to bring in a CDM anyway, we probably don't need both of them. But I think one of them needs to stay, for me, because we still need that squad depth. We can't just bring in Declan Rice and then sell everyone else. We've got to keep a bit of squad depth, and let me know who you'd keep out of the two. If you're forced to keep one of McTominay and Fred, who would you keep? Let me know. Tenzin says Glazers will sign Sancho to sell shirts, but we need a centre-back and a CDM. I think, to be fair, you're right. I think there's definitely more priorities in right wing, but it's just mouth-watering, man. That idea of Sancho on the right, maybe Rashford on the left, Cavani through the middle, Greenwood through the middle potentially. Too much. Naveen says Bruno 1 goal away from his highest scoring midfielder in a single season for a Premier League club. Madness, absolute madness. But I reckon he'll do that. I can't see Bruno Fernandes not scoring at least 1 goal in the last 4 games. Oh, I've just jinxed it. But anyway, hopefully that doesn't make any sense. Hopefully the idea of jinxing is just rubbish. I know some people say that in other sports, but in football, it's not a thing. Graham says we need a CDM, centre-back and Sancho, and the title is ours. Preferably with the same winning mentality as Cavani and Bruno, the spine of the team with that mentality. Exactly. Mentality is a big thing. You look at the players we brought in, Cavani, Bruno Fernandes. Even though, maybe some of the signings we've made in the past have been a bit more pizzazz, if you know what I mean, they've been a bit higher in quality. The mentality is a massive thing. It's a massive thing. And we need to make sure we get the right profile of player. And to be fair, our transfer business recently hasn't been too bad. Adam says Greenwood has, had he played well at the start of the season, would be so clear of Foden. Here's my opinion. Foden does it in a team where even Owen would do well. Yeah, well, listen, on a United channel, I'm never going to disagree with you. Matthew says, no, keep Fred. Okay, so you keep Fred, not McTominay. Fair enough. Oh no, Box says both will stay, Matic likely to go. True, Matic obviously, he's getting on a little bit himself. But I think that's what I'd like. I'd like to see both of them stay and Matic kind of go, because realistically, those guys have actually got a little bit of time left in their career. Matic's career is coming to an end. He's at the back end of his career. Owen says Foden is clear, unfortunately, and it's hard to say that, but I can't go against a Man City player. Okay. We'll leave that there. Tenzin says we don't need a right wing now. Play Rashi or Greenwood there and sign a centre-back and a centre defence midfielder. This summer, Sorry, sign CDM this summer. Next summer, get a goalkeeper and a right wing. As I said, I think the right wing position isn't the main priority, but it is. It should be looked at. It should be looked at. There's no question. Box says Ross Barkley clear of Foden. Don't encourage him, Box. Trust me, with a comment like that, you're just encouraging Owen. You're just encouraging him. I mean, you guys might not know, but he loves Ross Barkley like a son. He literally treats him like he's his son. Naveen says Scott can score. He won us games, but Fred's pace. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. People sleep on the fact that Scott McTominay can score goals. They sleep on him. And I know he doesn't have the sauce or whatever. He doesn't have the same sort of sauce as a Pogba or Fred, but he has done that. Naveen said, actually, I like Greenwood and Cavani up front and Bruno and Pogba behind. Providing them, it's awesome. Exactly. We've got a brilliant squad. We've got an absolutely brilliant squad, and we need to build on it. Owen says, yes, Box. They're both in the league of their own, aren't they? Special talents. What a load of rubbish. I didn't see Barkley do much yesterday, to be fair. Big stage, Man United coming to town. You'd think, being a Scouser, he'd be playing out of his skin, but he did nothing. I'm going to be honest. Graham says, yeah, true. We've not had a problem scoring goals this season. It's been the concession of shitty goals due to our CDMs and centre backs. I think that's a fair point. Tendinal says Foden, Greenwood, Mount, all overrated. I'm not sure. Well, the thing is with that is that I feel like they're naturally English players get overhyped. You know, I think you've got a point in terms of, you know, English players get overhyped massively. But to be fair, to credit them, they're playing so well right now. The form those guys are in right now is unbelievable. So I take my hat off to them. If I had a hat, I'd take it off to them. But, you know, realistically, the idea that they're like, you know, world class right now is nonsensical. But there's no doubt they can be that. And Phil Foden arguably is in a conversation for being world class. I don't think he's world class, but he's in that conversation, no doubt. Owen says Mount is Greenwood and Foden are brilliant. To be fair, I actually think Mount is on great form. Mount is on great form right now. Verdant says Scott and Fred should learn passing. They lose possession too cheaply. Totally agree, especially Fred this season. Fred is, you know, the one against Leicester. Obviously, we're talking about the Leicester preview. The one against Leicester in the FA Cup, main example. When pressured, Fred, because he's very much left foot dominated, he does lose the ball quite a bit. Adam says, breaking news, Man United swap Bruno Fernandes for Ross Barkley. God, I'll tell you what, if that ever happens, I might quit the channel. I might just quit. Naveen says, Greenwood finishing is top notch. Very rare to see such aim and shoot at the target. Well, Ollie said it. Didn't Ollie say? Ollie said that Mason Greenwood is the most natural finisher at the club right now. And for a 19-year-old, I think he said it when he was 18 as well, to say it about such a young player and to have someone like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer say that as well, it's massive. It's a massive confidence booster. But anyway, I'm probably going to wrap up very, very shortly. So any last comments, please do get in your last comments. Make sure you hit that like button as well. I see we've got 12 of you guys in here. So thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Hit that like button if you aren't already. Please do support the channel. And as I said, I do want to say, obviously we've got, you know, quite a few of you in here. So I just want to say I apologise for not being live for the last few games. As I said, I've been working on assessments and stuff for uni. So I've been kind of a bit stressed over that really, so I haven't really been able to do much in terms of the way of streaming, but I'll try and do short streams like this and short videos and stuff just to kind of keep the content flowing throughout the exam period. But hopefully you guys are enjoying it anyway. Mr. Boba Django, thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. Says very happy Cavani has re-signed, deserved to play in front of fans, and our fans watch him. Exactly. I mean, imagine some of the goals he scored this season in front of fans. Imagine his performance against Roma in front of fans. Mate, I tell you what, it's unbelievable. I didn't think we'd have that sort of player at 34 years of age, but I'm so happy that we do. Vedant says, I don't think De Gea is playing Europa League final, as Ollie preferring... Yeah, Ollie does prefer Henderson, and listen, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not sure what you guys, you know, where you guys sit in the Henderson, the Henderson De Gea debate. For me, I think De Gea still should be number one. But I think Ollie thinks Henderson's number one, and both keepers are playing well. So I'm not complaining. I don't really care. But for me, I just think that right now, on the spot, if I had to say one who I think's better, I think David De Gea is still better. You can't forget what he's done for the club. You can't. Adam wants me to read his comments. Says, Kieran, I might be meeting Zidane Iqbal, the youth player. My dad's friend know him. Fair, mate. That'll be interesting. That'll be really interesting. Let me know how that one goes. But yeah, that'll be interesting. Naveen says, Greenwood is highest goal-scoring teenager for Man United. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Tenzin says, Foden's dad is United fan. Shame on the Glazers for not improving the youth academy. We let that one slip. I'm not going to lie. We let that one slip massively. Can you imagine Foden in this team? Graham says, what course are you on? All the best for your exams, mate. I'm doing a sports journalism course. So that's the course I'm doing right now. I'm in my second year. Just, for you guys that are interested. But yeah, cheers for the well wishes. Appreciate it. Hopefully I do well. We'll see. Fingers crossed. But as I said, I'm hoping United finish the season, because when United are playing well, my spirits are higher, and it's just everything seems better. You know what I mean? I think I'll get better results. I know that's not how it works really, but it's just my psychology. Right, last few comments before we end the stream. Vedant says, De Gea saved us 2 or 3 goals against Roma, so he should play in the final. I agree. Listen, I'm all for cup goalkeepers. The worst thing that we've done is Sergio Romero played all of the FA Cup last season. We stick David De Gea in for the semi-final. Rest is history. Cup goalkeepers shouldn't be a thing. It should be a thing. Mr. Bobba Django says, Foden is just another Jack Wilshere. You heard it here first. I wish you're right, mate. I wish you're right, but I think he's better than that. But I love the comment anyway. Matthew says, grow a beard, it gives you confidence. Right, I'm trying. Look, I'm trying. You can't even see it because the lighting is a bit light, but I'm trying my best. But anyway, I'll end it there. Actually, no. Naveen's final comment says, thoughts on Martial? Is this the end? I don't think it's the end. But it could be the beginning of the end. I don't think it's the end, but it could be if it doesn't, get sorted out in terms of, if he kind of, I think if he can stay fit for long enough, he can be a decent asset. But right now, he just seems to be getting injured quite a few times, and even last season he was injured, so he has got a little bit of injury prone to him. But I think Martial could still make an impact for us, but it could be the beginning of the end if things don't go his way, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'll end it there. Thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. Hit that like button if you want to raise. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. And I'll probably see you after the Leicester game as well. But until then, thanks for watching. Appreciate all your comments tonight. And make sure to check out Rich's stream. Rich is live right now, so make sure you go over there and show him some support and love. But anyway, thanks for watching. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.